Let's make my no-bake chocolate and coconut Nanaimo bars. We are using tons of delicious gem ingredients today in our no-bake Nanaimo bars. So to begin with here, I have just some crushed digestive biscuits. I'm going to be adding in the butter. This is going to be the base for our bars. In here is some gem chopped walnuts, some gem caster sugar and unsweetened cocoa powder, a nice dash of vanilla, and then finally some gem desiccated coconut. So I'm just going to use a wooden spoon, mix all of this together until it forms a nice soft crumb, and I'm going to be spooning that into the base of my prepared tin. So that is our base ready to go. So this goes into the fridge now for 20 minutes just to firm up. I've pressed that down because obviously the more you press it down, the neater it will cut once it's all firmed up. So again, into the fridge now for about 20 minutes and let's get cracking on that delicious buttery custard middle layer. Into my mixer, I have just added in some room temperature butter. Again, please ensure this is room temperature. It will just make the whole mixing process a lot easier. You can use a hand mixer or you can even use a wooden spoon in a bowl, again, once your butter is nice and soft. To this, I'm adding in my icing sugar, my milk, a good dash of vanilla, and the secret ingredient, this is the gem custard powder. Again, that will give a beautiful colour and also a gorgeous colour payoff and flavour payoff as well. So I'm just going to be mixing this now for about maybe 2 minutes or so until it is nice and creamy and soft. Custard buttercream has been added into the centre. As you can see, I've just spread that around with the back of a spoon, popping this into the fridge now for about 5-10 minutes just for the butter to firm up, and then I'll be putting on my final chocolate topping. Next up is the melting of the chocolate. So I'm going to be using the gem dark and white chocolate to create a beautiful feathered effect on top of my custard buttercream. Popular question I always get asked is, what is the best way to melt chocolate? So I have just taken a pot here and I have some water in the very bottom of it and I brought that to a simmer and I took that off the heat and I've just placed my glass bowl or metal bowl, whatever you're using at home, over that. So again, it's off the heat and the steam that's created underneath that there will gently melt your chocolate. This is perfect if you're making or melting a small amount of chocolate. You can also use the microwave. So I will be melting my white chocolate in the microwave, just popping that into a bowl and giving it 20-second bursts on a medium setting, stirring between each 20 seconds just to ensure that it doesn't stick or burn on the bottom. What I would say to you is ensure that your bowl is not touching the water if you're going to use this method. And again, just to stir your chocolate if you're using the microwave method. Take your time at this stage because if you burn your chocolate, it will seize up and go hard and you can't bring that back. So again, a little bit of care needed here. So the final step is adding on our chocolate layer. So I have my melted chocolate here. As you can see, beautiful shine, nice consistency. You want to ensure that your chocolate isn't overly hot either because that will melt the custard buttercream. I have also my white chocolate in a little piping bag. You don't need to do this in a piping bag. You can just spoon it on if you want, but a little piping bag does leave it a little bit neater. And I have a skewer as well, and that's where I'm going to be dragging the design of the chocolate through. So again, always important at this point, if you're going to be doing the feathering design, to have your dark chocolate melted and your white chocolate ready in your skewers because it does set up quite fast because you have to remember you are adding chocolate onto a cold buttercream and it will set up quite fast on you. Now you can absolutely just pour this dark chocolate on, spread it all over the top and that's it, good to go. But just if you want to take it that little step further and put on that lovely feather design, this is what I would suggest. So I'm going to show you now. So I have my dark chocolate here. I'm just going to spoon all of that on. And again, just with the back of the spoon here, just going to be spreading this over our custard buttercream like so. And quickly taking your white chocolate, just do zigzags, just like so. You can go back over and fill up some of those spaces. And then you're taking your skewer and you're just going to be running that through, creating a beautiful feathered effect. So I can even feel that now that the dark chocolate is actually starting to firm up, just like so. And c'est la vie. So yeah, as you can see there, definitely if you are thinking about doing this feathered effect, just ensure you have your dark chocolate ready and your white chocolate ready. And this is what you are left with. Again, beautiful glaze on that chocolate because we took that extra little bit of time just to melt it down. So you can pop this into the fridge now and let that firm up, or you can actually leave this sitting out at room temperature. What I would say is, because we put pure dark chocolate on top, if you put this in the fridge and cut it directly from the fridge, the chocolate can crack on top. So again, you're better off, if you are storing it in the fridge, take it out and let it sit out for maybe 10-15 minutes before you portion it. But that's it, folks. That's all the work done. Now the fun part, tasting. And that's it, guys. That is my super simple and tasty no-bake chocolate and coconut Nanaimo bars. This is a really great recipe to make with the kids. You don't even need to switch the oven on. Just again, want to show you that beautiful feathered effect on top. And if we just look at the side profile here, you have that beautiful buttery biscuit base, our custard buttercream, and then our lovely chocolate on top. So again, really lovely recipe. And if you do try this one out at home, please do let us know.